Hey everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. This episode to be studying a piece by the established AI generative artist that is Encyclopedia Erratica. And in this episode, we're going to be looking at this vivid neon light here. We're also going to explore the intersection of the vaporwave and the dreamcore aesthetic. So let's jump right into it. So whenever you first see this work, you're met with this lone subject sitting in front of this vivid neon screen here. Your first impression is likely one of awe due to the incredible dreamy tones before us here. And so with this in mind, one of the first things you're going to notice is the impact of color. We see this quite clearly, right? We have this blue, purple, pinkish, even red color palette here. Really is an analogous scheme, and it balances quite bountifully here. And so what you'll also notice, of course, is the impact of that vibrance, right? It possesses this piece with a vivid visual energy that cannot be mistaken. So in the placement of space, of course, like I said, we see this lone subject sitting in front of this screen here, and the title of this work is in the early hours of the morning. And so, of course, we see that past midnight is technically still the morning, right? So whether you're staying up late at night or very early in the morning, we see this, and there's this hazy quality to the work at hand that feels quite dreamy as well. And so, of course, it feels like we're almost looking at a candid perspective of our viewer here. The subject doesn't acknowledge us, it's just the attention is completely focused on that screen and completely immersed within that as well. I think that's quite interesting. Of course, we have, the implication of our subject here, the slightest gesture, really the silhouette. We don't have too much defining our subject other than the impact of depth through, say, shadow, light, and form. So I think that's quite interesting here. There is really no doubt that the impact of light is a definitive element of this display. It just feels ethereal in so many different ways, right? When we look at light such as this, it's going to feel, larger than life, dreamlike, or even divine in a way as well. I think that's absolutely stunning and quite interesting here as well. And so we look at the work at hand, right? And of course, like we said, the title is in the early hours of the morning. And so, with the nature of technology and of course all these different screens nowadays, it's quite easy to stay up far past sunset. And when we do so, we often do so in states of passion or distraction. But regardless of that, we see this kind of ethereal or dreamlike quality to the work at hand. And, very late at night, or say in the early hours of the morning, there's this sense of calmness or the tranquility that I think is quite interesting. It's pretty difficult to directly place our finger on it, but it feels, kind of surreal in a way. It is completely calm at night. Of course, everyone is sleeping, so you're kind of tiptoeing through the night. You're kind of being very quiet, and of course, that tranquility also gives a sense of serenity as well. So I think we see that quite well within the composition at hand. And so, neon scenes such as this, they almost always give a charm that feels magic in a way, and I think that is a direct connection to these themes that we're feeling here. This piece works with themes such as nostalgia, themes of early technology as well, and even, the early childhood, of course, staying up very late at night. And with this in mind, that sense of nostalgia that you feel, that early sense of awe and wonder that we felt, those were very new feelings at the time. And with that in mind, nowadays, if you want to return to that, ask yourself, why did you feel that way, or how did you feel that way, and how you may return to that as well. I think that's a really interesting thing to consider. With this in mind, how do y'all feel when you view this piece, or what do you see when you view this piece? Do you have, similar memories in one way or another? I wonder what y'all would say here. And so when I'm looking at this work, of course, we see influences of the vaporwave, the dreamcore, even glitch art aesthetic as well. And those often overlap at times. The vaporwave and dreamcore aesthetic, they tend to work with things of nostalgia, early technology, and we see that quite well within the composition at hand here. There is just no doubt about that. And in talking to the original artist, the artist was talking about that sense of serenity, that sense of tranquility very late at night or in the early hours of the morning. So we see that there is a very hazy quality to the work in hand, and that immerses us within that dreamlike visual experience quite masterfully. So, vaporwave, of course, dealing with themes of nostalgia, but also early technology and even neon color palettes as well. We certainly see that within this composition here. And so there's really no doubt that you could cite everything from the vaporwave to the dreamcore and the glitch art aesthetic when looking at this work. It's just absolutely stunning here. And so this is an AI generative artwork, so was created in an AI art program. That program is going to be Midjourney, and actually a unique collaboration between Spellbrush and Midjourney in a model called Ninja Journey. And it's quite interesting. Another work that we studied was a kind of fallen angel. The title is A Blessing in Disguise. We just showcased that quite recently, but this is actually the same model that was created for that work as well. So, of course, in AI generative artwork, and you see the stunning results of the AI art medium. So, absolutely love this piece. We talked about so many different things from, of course, that sense of novelty, that sense of nostalgia, this neon magic, this vivid light, this sense of the kind of hazy dreamcore aesthetic. So many different things we hit on today, and I really hope y'all enjoyed today. If y'all enjoyed this episode, go check out the original artist Encyclopedia Erratica, doing some amazing stuff in the world of AI generative artwork. Also working alongside the likes of Stephen Young, Surya Labs, and Proxima Centauri B on the Parrot project. So if you want to check out the original artist, you even check out the project that they're in collaboration with, so many different places to do so. I believe they're on Instagram as well as Twitter as well. So if you want to go and support that artist directly, it's probably going to be some of the best places to do so. Like I said, really hope y'all enjoyed today. I absolutely love this piece. It was such a good find, and it was an absolute pleasure to study this as well. My name is Apollo. This is Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.